Hi guys, welcome or welcome back to another video on the Bougie Budget UK channel. I hope you're all doing well. Today I'm doing a check-in and chit chat, but I'm doing it a little bit differently. So I'm going to run through everything that I've spent over the last week. I'm filming this Friday the 5th of September. So I'm running through everything I've spent from the whatever last week Thursday was up until Thursday yesterday, the 4th. I have written everything down, so I might be looking down at my list occasionally, and I will also show you what's left over in my cash envelopes. So there will be some cutting to clips of that, and then as usual with the sinking funds, if I haven't spent anything from saving challenges this week, but if I do in future, then we'll do that in the end of month count up as per usual. I'm trying to make sure that I'm looking into the camera and not at myself, so apologies if you see me looking at myself. Anyway, let's start with food. So I calculated all of my food spends, and this week even, it's come to £110.91, which is nuts. And I went to supermarkets 10 times in the last week, which is also nuts. Now, what I will say is I had a big spend at Tesco's yesterday for like £50, and some of that wasn't food money, but I just did not have the time or the patience to split out what was food and what wasn't food. But I did take the cash out from, some of it was gifts, some of it was for my nephew, but in adding it up, I'm on a bit of a time crunch today. I was like, let me just add it all to food. So I would guesstimate I probably spent maybe £80 in food realistically, minus those gift and nephew spends from that Tesco shop. But £80 in a week is still quite a lot of money. And I think what my issue is I am the top-up shop queen. I am like, oh, I'm by Tesco's, I'll just pop in and get something. And it's things that I'm going to eat. I'm not wasting the food. Or like, I like to have these Aldi protein ready meals. I'm actually going to have one for lunch today. And I'll just pop into Aldi on the way home and pick up a couple of ready meals, but then I've spent £6. So that's something for me to work on. The total I've got written down, like I said, is £110.91. And you'll see how much I've got left over in the clip that should be playing, hopefully. Yeah. So yeah, it is what it is. There's still money. I think there's like £100 left over in food, and we've only got 2 weeks until payday, so that's fine. The next cash envelope that I spent from this week, or the only other one actually, looking at my list, is personal care. So as you can see, my finger is bandaged. It's like a finger bandage, it's actually these finger bandages. So I spent £1.69 from personal care. I basically, long story short, on my way home, slipped. I wasn't going to fall on the floor. I grabbed onto this lady to stop me from slipping. So thank you to that lady, even though I'm sure she's not watching. And I thanked her at the time as well. And as I grabbed onto her, I like pulled my nail, because I did have Gel X nails on, but I've since taken them off. And my finger swelled. It was swollen. I've got like a blood spot underneath my nail. So I'm just putting these bandages on so I'm not touching it, so that I'm not knocking it as well. It makes me a bit more aware. But it was £1.69 for these bandages. And yeah, that's what was my personal care spend. And then in my, I did spend from saving challenges this week. We'll get to it. In my sinking funds, I spent £13 on I don't know what it's called, like a training toilet seat. So my nephew is potty training at the moment, and I bought him the thing that goes over the toilet that has the stairs, and then it's got the special toilet seat with the lip on it. That was £13 from Amazon. I spent £26.52 from gifts. So it's my mum's birthday on Wednesday. So I bought some gifts from there. I won't say what they are because she might watch this. I spent, what's next? Shopping. So I spent £29.98 from shopping. I bought a weightlifting belt from Amazon because now I'm doing heavier leg days essentially, and it really compromises my lower back. So, well, let me rephrase that. It shouldn't compromise my lower back because my form is correct, but sometimes I can still feel it in my lower back. That's a better way of describing it. I know how to lift the weight. It's just that sometimes when the weights are quite heavy, I can still feel it in my lower back. So I bought a weightlifting belt, and then I also bought some protein bars and electrolytes from Boots. So that was $29.98 altogether. And then the last sinking fund I spent from was work lunches. So I spent £28.10 this week, went to work twice, and I bought Itsu one day, which I forgot to take a clip of, and then Subway the second day, which I also forgot to take a clip of, so you might just see a clip of the bag. Because I think I remembered after I ate, oh, you're supposed to be filming this. It's very hard to remember to film stuff all the time, or every time you spend money. It should encourage me to spend less. And then the last thing I spent money on was from my holidays savings. It's not a challenge, savings binder. So I spent £140 on an Airbnb for next month. So me and my other half are going to my friend's wedding, and it's maybe like an hour and a half drive from us. But what we've decided is we're just going to make a weekend of it. So we're going to drive up on the Friday, weddings on the Saturday, and then we're going to leave on the Sunday. So we need somewhere to stay. So we booked an Airbnb. The total cost was $280, but we split it, so it's $140 each. And that is it. I didn't even add up and see how much I spent in total. I'll put it on the screen. But I'm thinking, what? Oh God, maybe like £300? Which is a lot of money to spend in 1 week. But yeah. So hopefully you enjoyed this new format of videos. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And I'll be back next week with hopefully less food spending. And I think everything else is fine. Gifts is going to be bigger next week because, like I said, it's my mom's birthday. We're going out to eat. But yeah, the aim is to spend less money on food, less top-up shops, because it's not necessary to spend that much money on food and go to Tesco's, Aldi. I didn't go to M&S this week. It's between Tesco's and Aldi. I've gone there 10 times in 7 days. That's ridiculous. So yeah, wish me luck. Hope you guys have a great weekend. Have a great week ahead, and I will be back next week with more of the same. Take care, guys. Bye.